another episode ready to go. They're gonna talk about the good and the trash and anything in between. Cherishing make-believe, get ready for Halloween. It's the horror show. I know you missed those guys. Tune in and find out what's on their list tonight. They butcher and dissect, take apart and mutilate. Listen to your two favorite brainiacs communicate. It's the horror show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Horror Show. Show it dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not-so-favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
Oh, welcome back, Joe. We're wrapping up this October, man. It went by fast.
It went by fast. It's crazy.
Oh, it's insane.
Dude, our return was in August, right?
That shit blows my mind. I was thinking about it today, and I was like, because I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she said something about, I don't know, the way she said it, and I was like, wait a minute, we've been doing the show for fucking, like, since the summer? That's insane. That's insane. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's wild. And this was our first October back. We did it big with nothing. What did we... I don't know, but we're ending it with not a bang, with this fucking Halloweentown shit. So next week, I think we'll make up for it when we do Halloween 2018.
What was the first one we did? I know we did Halloween 4 last week.
We did, actually, dude, honestly, our October was pretty great. It was Blood Diner.
Yeah.
Here was the dud, Burnt Offerings.
Oh, God, yeah, that blocked that out of my memory.
And then Halloween 4, which was fucking great. And, we got to talk about the fucking response to Halloween 4's episode.
It was good.
Have we ever gotten so much... I've never gotten so heavy a response. Like, my God. Emails and messages, it's insane. And I didn't get back to everyone, but thank you all so much. It was nuts how much you guys loved that. It blew my fucking mind. It blew my mind. I wasn't even able to share all the stories we were mentioning. It was crazy.
Much appreciated. You know, it feels good to be gone and to come back and still have people. You know.
Oh my God! And to come back and make an episode where it seems almost unanimous that it was everyone's new favorite episode is mind blowing. Is mind blowing. And can I tell you, like, I laughed a lot during that episode. You were fucking cracking me up, but I re-listened to it, like some of the parts where people were like, this is the funniest thing. And I re-listened to it and I was like, oh my God, I don't even know if I find it that funny anymore. But I really appreciate that it, like, you know, I mean, it was a blast to make. Like, that episode was fucking fun. That was fucking fun. But it is cool.
Luckily we followed up with fucking Halloweentown.
What a fucking snooze fest. Somebody messaged me right before I started watching it and was like, I don't know how, I think it was our buddy Hoovie and Hawk, maybe. I don't know. But they were like, they were like, I don't know how you're going to talk about this, but like, good luck. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, and I got actually a little bit annoyed. I was like, I could fucking talk about anything. And then I watched it and I was like, fuck. Why?
So, I watch this every year, right? I have since it came out. I distinctly remember watching the premiere. I watched it with my younger brothers. I like it. It's like a serviceable, like, nice, pleasant, you know, kid movie.
Yeah.
Why do we do this? we do this every fucking year. We watch a Disney movie, and like every time, I'm like, oh, we're gonna do Mr. Boogedy. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah! And the listeners are like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm like, can't wait to watch Mr. Boogedy. And then I watch Mr. Boogedy, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to say now? Like, you know.
And what's even funnier is we had a conversation before this movie, being like, yeah, it's really hard to talk about kids' movies because like they're inherently like, what do you say about a kids' movie? You can't be like, the acting is fucking terrible.
Yeah, and it's not even a movie. It's a fucking made-for-TV movie, you know? Right. And we're 35-year-old dudes. Like, it's not made for... Can you imagine the creators of this listening to us and be like, hey, idiots, like, I didn't make this for you. You know?
I didn't make this for 35-year-old horror nerds. Like, this is made for fucking children. To be fair, my son refused to watch this with me this weekend because he said it was stupid. watched it once. I don't think he remembers it well, though. I think he would have really liked it. But we watched it once like a year or two ago, and he was adamant this year. He was like, I'm not watching that with you, Dad. It's not good. Like, I don't want to watch it. Like, let's watch something else. It's like fucking little shit.
What's so funny to me is you and I texted like a couple days ago about the response to Halloween 4, and we were like, we should definitely do Halloween 5. And neither of us had the wherewithal to be like, let's do Halloween. Let's ride the momentum of like people being happy about the episode we just did. We could have just done Halloween 5, and we would have rode that Loomis being an asshole train to fucking paradise, and instead we were doing Halloweentown.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. And Halloweentown is it's a thing. It's a whole thing. But
so can I just say real quick, this movie's the costume never in any movie have I ever seen have the costumes so perfectly walk the line of being cool and the stupidest things I've ever seen.
Dude,
because like they're like really they're like really well made. Like they put a lot of time and effort into them, but they're also the stupidest looking like ghouls and goblins I've ever seen. And they all have like huge, enormous, stupid noses. And like,
Joe, I've never heard it put better. That is exactly what this movie is, and you're almost impressed, dude. Even the cab driver, which is 100% a puppet, the effects on that were cool. Like I was like, that's fucking dope.
yeah. The skeleton, the way he moves and stuff, like it was really well done, and it's also
the dumbest
really
shit,
fucking goofy.
Dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. It's insane.
They should set up like, you know how in Hollywood or Halloween Horror Nights in Universal they have like those little hot spots for like killer clowns. They should do that in Disney for this movie because kids would go nuts like with the people, those costumes walking around and shit.
Joe, that is one of my notes in this, dude. Why is Disney not capitalizing on this? Halloweentown should be, because like as dumb as this fucking movie. And wait, actually, I take that back. This movie isn't even dumb. Like, quite honestly, it's an okay movie.
No,
but
I think it's good.
Yeah. It is made for children. You should be peddling the shit out of this at Disney during Halloween. Why is there not a fucking bus? Dude, Halloween Horror Nights was fucking dope because all you have to do is throw the fucking bus out there and everyone's like, holy shit. Like, if there was a bus stop in Disney with the bus, you'd be like, holy fuck. You know what I mean?
I agree. Or that cab driver, like, you know, you can get in, like, get a ride, and it's just on one of those tracks, you know, that's going to take you automatically. You don't have to have any driver in it. They have those cars that just, you know, like a trolley. But put that skeleton guy, Benny, or whatever his name was,
it would be amazing.
Awesome.
Just bring all these weirdo freaks.
You have a hall of fucking presidents. Nobody wants to sit and see George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. You can reallocate those funds into like something cool like this.
Defund the Hall of Presidents.
I am all on board with that. No, there's not a soul on earth that goes to Disney and is excited to see the fucking Hall of Presidents. Put it into Halloweentown.
How do you feel about the Country Bears musical review or whatever?
Yeah, the same as I do about the fucking presidents.
Okay.
Quite frankly, I feel the same way about It's a Small World too.
Agreed.
That's probably just because I hate that song so much. At least, you know, It's a Small World. You're on a boat, whereas the other ones you sit in like seats and
an amphitheater.
Dude, you sit in an amphitheater and watch Abraham Lincoln address you. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Okay,
paid $400 a day to come sit there.
So. First of all, my mom cries every time she rides on A Small World. Like tears of joy. It's the most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Second, this year was the first year I took James to Disney for the first time. We did the Country Bears review, which I have never done in my life. James was like, what the fuck is this? And the worst part was there was a family behind us literally singing every word to every song. That is not an exaggeration. They sang every word to every song and were clapping, and they were so fucking happy to see the Country Bears. And I could not fucking believe it. My brain couldn't wrap my... Dude, there was like a tiny girl, like a tiny, like 3 or 4, and she knew every word to every fucking song in the Country Bears music review. And I was just like, you gotta be fucking joke.
Because I mean, that's quite honestly why it doesn't work anymore. Like maybe, not maybe, 60 years ago when you didn't have handheld TV devices, seeing those big idiot bears singing was probably cool. But now kids, they have access to things, that are way cooler than animatronic Country Bears singing shitty songs. Like you want to go on roller coasters, or you want to see things in the street. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Anything, the fucking animatronics. The only thing James liked was that one slow bear, like the low IQ bear. James got a kick out of that, which doesn't really fly these days either. So I was a little bit shocked to see that also.
But I mean, it's so outdated. You can go to fucking Stu Leonard's and see. You know what I'm talking about? Have you been to Stu Leonard's?
Joe, when my son was young, he loved that. And it's the same thing. You're 100% right.
Yeah, it's just animatronics that sing songs at once every 30 minutes.
The singing banana that's on the swing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, imagine being a kid now. You go to Stu Leonard's. Like James had loved Stu Leonard's. And you're at Disney, the most, quote unquote, the most magical place on earth. And it's the same shit.
For those that don't know Stu Leonard's, is Stu Leonard's nationwide?
I don't know, honestly.
It's a grocery store for those if you're unaware.
Yeah.
And they have animatronics that sing when you walk
around every corner. So in the dairy section, there's a singing butter and a singing milk.
Yeah, the big fucking cow that sticks his head out and moves at you, scares the shit out of everyone that walks by.
Oh man, well that's fun. That killed some time for this episode. I'm really trying to delay starting talking about Debbie Reynolds. Who's great? She's great in this.
They're all great in this. Marnie Piper in another Disney original, Quince. That's literally all I know her from. But I think she's good as the main girl.
Yeah, if you look through those histories, they are not deep. they start and end right around these Halloweentown movies.
We got April O'Neil, Judith Hoag.
Holy shit, that's who that is?
Yeah, from the original Ninja Turtles movie.
Wow, I had such a crush on her when I was a kid. Less of a crush now as the awful mom. But
she's not that bad.
Joe, I'm going to be honest with you. This movie isn't bad. I like this movie. This family, the Cromwells, is the most insufferable group of human beings I've ever met.
Come on.
Joe, they're all fucking nightmares. Except Sophie, the youngest. Who says 3 words the whole movie. And Grandma's great.
Debbie Reynolds. You don't like the resident Mingus?
Joe, the Mingus in this fucking movie. So the younger brother looks like Mingus, exactly like Mingus from Boy Meets World. With an attitude to match, who's Mom's right, we don't need Halloween, let's plant fucking trees, we should be celebrating Arbor Day. Dude, Arbor Day is not Arbor Day's in fucking April, dickhead. Fuck are you saying right now? It's absurd. It's fucking absurd. I hate him. And honestly, Marnie at the beginning, I was on board with Marnie. I think she was
really?
I think she was standing up for something that mattered at the beginning. She was like, "Hey, Mom, don't be an asshole." And then as the movie went on, I was just like, "Marnie, you're making me fucking nauseous."
Dude, I was the opposite. Dude, her opening rant is fucking brutal.
I mean, it's not great. But I guess maybe I was okay with her because I was like, maybe it'll get better. But it just continued to get more grating, and she gives his mom a fucking hard ass time.
Yeah.
Through all of it. So here's a quick thing. So this was made in 98. Synopsis. On her 13th birthday, Marnie learns she's a witch, discovers a secret portal, and is teleported to Halloweentown. You read that, and it seems like it might be an allegory for puberty, but it's fucking not. At age 13, she learns she's a fucking witch. Like, what the fuck? Mark Mothers, how do you say his name?
Mark Mothersbaugh.
Mothersbaugh.
From Diva.
Diva, right, yeah. Right. He did the score. It's amazing how that dude turned into like a major, what do you call him? Like a composer, I guess, right?
Composer, yeah.
Yeah, like insane. He's done everything. And he's done all of Wes Anderson's movies, I think.
Oh, has he?
I'm pretty sure. And I think that's wild because like this score is goofy as fuck. It's just like burr, 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 burr. This is the most Devo score I've heard him do. Because it's very upbeat, it's very bizarre, but it is solid. And this movie opens with a great opening that like sets a mood and a tone for Halloween. It's a giant jack-o'-lantern lit up, and it's got some creepy music playing, and it zooms in. It just says Halloweentown, and you're like, I'm in. And then this like goofball Disney music hits, and it's like, ba, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. And it's just trick-or-treaters, and we get into the Disney aspect of the movie. They did the old switcheroo at the beginning. We meet Marnie, whose first words are, "Mom, I'm 13. I'm practically a grown-up." Which couldn't be further from the truth. As an adult, as being a 35-year-old man, you realize even in our 20s when we thought we were adults, you're a fucking child.
That's true.
Dude, 21, you're not a fucking adult. You're barely a human being. Like, you're a fucking train wreck. I don't care what you say. You are not. You're not people yet. You have to get to age 30 and then you realize you're people. You know how to behave. And the family has some rules here. The mom will not allow any of the kids out on Halloween, which, sets up a big mystery that will be revealed probably in like 15 minutes. We also meet the brother. I think his name is Dylan.
Yes.
He's a narc. He's a fucking narc. He's an asshole. He softens up towards the middle half of the movie, though.
He does.
He turns a corner for the most part. But this beginning, he is insufferable, man. He is awful. And he's just correcting people and just, it's fucking brutal.
Well, actually, and he gives like history lessons. He always has a the dude's actually a mangle expert because he has a fucking book that has to do with everything, any topic that they're talking about. He has a book on it,
including the first book he's reading, which is like naval ships. Never heard of anything such a fucking boring topic in my whole entire fucking life.
Actually, I take that back. Debbie Reynolds is pretty much a mangle expert in this because her town is experiencing something they've never experienced before ever, and she knows the answer, like the solution to everything.
Joe, she's literally like, just go do this, and they go do that. This is the most like point and click adventure thanks to Debbie Reynolds. And everyone is just like, whoa, Debbie Reynolds is fucking nuts. And she's literally like, yeah, this is just what we have to do. This is, there's a spooky guy ruining Halloweentown. And we just have to.
Dude, I want to say this now because I don't have any note on it. I don't want to forget it. But this movie bends like the rules to make it work because so bad. And I know it's a kid's movie and that's what kids movies do. But there's a scene where the bad guy is freezing everybody, and and they freeze immediately. And he freezes Debbie Reynolds, and the kids enter after she's already been hit, and she still has time to tell him like a fuck. a folk tale about this guy and like give them advice and give them direction, and it lasts like 7 minutes. Whereas everybody else he just zapped once, immediately froze.
Joe, that is one of my notes because it made me laugh so fucking hard. Because literally everyone gets hit and they turn into stone immediately. They can't fucking move,
including the mother, dude, including Judith Hogue.
2 seconds before, fucking before. Yeah, and they. Oh man, I'm trying to find where I wrote it down because it made me laugh so fucking hard because she talks for like a minute after she got hit. She's like, Marnie, go to the house.
Dude, give step-by-step directions. It's like, don't be scared. I'll be just fine. And also, the bad guy is zapping anyone in the vicinity, and those kids are all just sitting there listening to her say this for 5 minutes while he's like, wah.
And also,
kids' movies are so stupid.
They are so stupid. And the grandma says one of the funniest parts when she gets frozen is she even explains, and I know this is probably to like calm down kids so they don't freak the fuck out, but she's like, hey, don't worry, it's just an evil spell that freezes us. She's even like being like, don't worry, I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Instead of like the tragic, like, who knows, maybe you can save me. She's like, don't worry, I'll be good in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Just wait it out. We'll be back.
Oh man, it's fucking amazing. Yeah, so we got Dylan, we got Marnie, we got the baby Sophie, who literally doesn't say much. She just kind of pops in here and there to be like, okay. And like the cute like sister that like holds things. Marnie also pisses me off later because she takes a lot of credit that she doesn't deserve, but that's okay. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. Marnie fucking sucks. Fuck Marnie. Fucking asshole. Well, it doesn't take us long before we see a bus flying into town. Bus flies in.
Harry Potter-esque, even though this came out first.
Came out first, dude. Did Potter steal it?
Yes.
Yes. Did Potter steal a bunch of shit from this?
Yes, like the name Harry Potter from the movie Troll. Oh, you're talking about from this. Yes, they did.
Yes, they stole. There's a bunch of shit in this that is very, very similar. And I'm not going to say when fucking J.K. Rowling was fucking all barreled up at the bar, right, scribbling this down on a napkin, that maybe Halloweentown was on the TV at the bar, but I'm just saying, I'm just fucking saying.
Dude, imagine that being... I'd also call the police if I went into a bar and that's what they were playing.
I'm just saying, dude, there is like a Severus Snape angle in this.
With Calabar.
Yes.
By the way, in the opening credits, they spell his name with a C, and then in the sequel, it has his name in the title, and it's spelled with a K, and it has always pissed me off.
I don't know that, but that honestly makes me laugh so fucking hard.
Yeah, the sequel's called Calabar's Revenge. It's spelled with a K.
Like, why not just keep it consistent?
Right. Fuck, spot check that. Kidding me? Also,
More
the guy who plays...
watch it.
Do you know what that guy's from?
I do not.
He's from Summer School, which... top 10
and he's the main kid, right?
No, he's the vice principal.
Oh, he is? Okay, never mind then. He looked super familiar. I mean, maybe that's still where I recognize him from, but yeah, I mean, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Although I don't know if he was mighty from Summer School, but he was mighty.
Definitely not. Kidding me?
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. I've shit on like Robert Englund. Calling this guy the mighty. All right. Well, the bus shows up, right? Where are we? And Debbie Reynolds is here. You know, she's famous-ish. I thought she was more famous than she was.
She's come on.
No, wait.
Very famous.
Hear me out. In her Wikipedia, it lists all the shit she did, which is very famous. You know, she is famous. But then it's like, and not to mention all 4 Halloweentown movies. And I was like, oh boy, Jesus Christ. That should not be in your main paragraphs, right? Like Ryan Gosling's Wikipedia isn't like, and don't forget when he was in Are You Afraid of the Dark? Known for his roles in Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Dude, someone's gonna be so mad at you because it's Erie, Indiana, not Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Wait, was he in Erie, Indiana?
Yeah.
Was he the main guy?
I don't know.
That's crazy. Good for him getting those Nick roles, buddy. Debbie Reynolds gets off the bus at this bus stop that is there. And she's not trying to disguise being a witch at all, because even her bag is just walking by.
It's like a dog, yeah.
Walking behind her. And at this point, I was kind of, I was wondering where we were. Like, you know how Harry Potter, like, no one could see the fucking bus?
Right.
And the train and shit. Like, it's all magic and shit. So I was like, maybe that's it. That's not it in this movie. It turns out this bus is very visible, and it would be very alarming if a bus and a new bus stop were in your neighborhood. And this mom has the patience of a saint, because her kids are just the fucking shits, man. Marnie is bitching at her. Everyone's just awful. If those are your 3 kids, man, you're
and your husband just recently died, so you're all alone.
You're all
doing
alone.
This by yourself. Just constantly having to deal with that, I would assume. Like, that can't be the first time they've had conversations like that.
I would
what
take
a miserable
Sophie
existence.
I would take Sophie.
And then, and then your mom shows up and then spends the next 15 minutes completely undermining everything that you've established. You know.
Okay, so let's talk about that now. We might as well. Fuck it, because that part made me laugh so hard, because that was the most realistic part of this movie, right? Was the mother, the mother of the children, talking to Debbie Reynolds and being like, listen, mom, because she's the grandmother, right? Like, listen, mom, whatever you do, just don't tell them about Halloweentown. I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I mean? And quite honestly, whatever. Like, it's fine. Like, that's a fine decision. Debbie Reynolds goes upstairs and is like, who wants to hear the story of Halloweentown?
Literally immediately, and shows them a book where Marnie's featured in it.
It's the most unbelievable thing, and I feel like anyone that has children and in-laws or their own parents would look at this and be like, make their blood boil, because they've dealt with this.
That is 1,000% something my dad would do. Dad, just all I ask is just don't tell him this one fucking thing. He'd be like, "Wait, did you hear about this?" Like, immediately, like before I even finished the sentence.
It's so fucking true. And my mom is the same fucking way. Like, she's so confused when I get upset. I tell her not to do something, and then all right, best one was, I hope she doesn't get upset when I'm telling this. We went over there. It was for no purpose. It was in the summertime. And I was like, you know, like, just not a lot of sweets, mom. Like, come on. Like, I'm not trying, like, the kid, like, it's 2020. Like, when we were kids, like, we were all dumb, right? Like, soda was okay, which is insane. Like, looking back. And, like, every meal was soda. And it's like, all right, like, just not a lot of sweets, mom. She's like, okay, Joe. I woke up to them eating breakfast, and he was eating candy. He was eating fucking candy. And I was like, dude, you can't eat candy for breakfast. Are you serious? And he's like, no, and my mom was like, no, we ate breakfast. And I was like, oh, okay, what'd you guys have? Cinnamon buns. You fucking kidding me? That's not fucking breakfast. What the fuck is happening? Candy's not breakfast. A cinnamon bun's not breakfast. You fucking kidding me? Oh my god, she was so fucking mad at me. She was so mad at me for being mad. And this is the same shit. This fucking Debbie Reynolds. And she's like, I promise, honey. I totally understand, I promise. And I respect you. And then went upstairs and was like, here's a book about Halloweentown.
Yeah.
Pass it around.
And then, like, honestly, of course those kids are going to want to go to Halloweentown. Like, imagine finding out this magical world exists. Like, what do you expect to happen?
Oh my god. Yeah, that part was insane. And Marnie listening to it And the grandma being like, yeah, I knew you were listening. Oh my God. Another great line at this beginning was the grandma shows up finally at their house, and they Debbie Reynolds and the mom have a strained relationship here. Marnie goes to the mom. Like, honestly, I would fucking slap my kid in the fucking face. I would straight up slap her if she said it. She goes, hey, Mom, do you think you and Grandma cannot fight for once? We've had a terrible year. And she has the biggest shit-eating grin on her face while she says that to her mom. I would beat the shit out of my kid. That's it. You're done. Get the fuck out of this house. Fucking idiot. Oh, boy. Marnie and the grandma, though, are best buds. And that'll end up blossoming later on. And thankfully, grandma provides these poor kids with fucking costumes, which the mom did not. And Marnie just gets like a bunch of fucking ribbons and like one of those like old princess hats, like the giant triangles. She goes, I'm a Wiccan. I don't think that's what Wiccan's dressed as. But that's fine. And then for whatever reason, the little brother has like the most absurd costume with fake ass cheeks in it. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did.
Oh man, that's great. The grandma goes upstairs, tells them about Halloweentown. They look at the book. They go, oh, look, it's Marnie in the book. And she looks at it and she's like, it is me. Quite honestly, it does not look like Marnie. Marnie has fucking bangs. All they would have had to do is like draw some brown stripes in her forehead, and it would have made it a lot.
I agree. I noticed that too. It does not look anything like her.
It could have been any little girl with brown hair. Marnie's like, holy shit, it is me. Also doesn't help that the grandma's like, could be. And like winks at her. Oh man. Mom finds out though, and she's pissed. She kicks grandma out right as she's about to reveal the family secret, which is that the Cromwells are the most powerful wit. And then the mom interrupts her. Okay. And then the mom's like, I need to put Dylan to bed, then I'll meet you downstairs in 1 minute. It's like, dude, Dylan's like fucking 12.
Dude, he's literally 12 because Marnie's 13. He's a year younger than her.
And he needs to be put to bed by his mother. If my mom put me to bed at 12, I would have been like, what are you doing? What is happening? Are you dying?
Yeah, because like 13, 14, you're a freshman in high school.
Oh man. He's such.
By the way, Dylan 100% needed to be put in the bed. Like, you believe that. Yeah.
For sure. Dylan, yeah. Mom and grandma get into this heated fight. We learn Marnie should be completing her witch's training, and she's 13. She doesn't even know she's a witch yet. So she wouldn't even be starting her training till tonight. And the mom's like, she's not training, and blah, blah, blah. And the grandma reveals she might lose her powers if she doesn't start training tonight. And we also learn that Sophie also has these powers, which we got a glimpse of earlier when she was like, I want a cookie. And then a cookie started floating.
And the mom ate it, shoved the whole thing in her mouth.
And I was like, I didn't eat a cookie. Which, like, I can't make fun of that joke. It's a kid's movie. But, like, well, again, watching it as an adult is just alarming. Like, a fucking giant cookie in her mouth. I don't have a cookie in my mouth. And the mom's pissed, though. She's like, I just want the kids to be normal. The dad was a muggle. No, the dad's a muggle.
Yeah, that's Harry Potter, though. They don't say muggle, right? Because I was honestly expecting them, like I was intently listening to see if they said it, because it's the same fucking story.
It's the same fucking story, dude. Like, a non-witch and a witch get together. They have the kid. The mom's like, I don't want him to be a witch, which I know isn't the story of Harry Potter. But there are side stories to Harry Potter that are that story.
Yeah, and like you said, there's a Snape situation, which, as we find out, the ex-boyfriend loved the mom and is pissed that, she got with a non-witch, and Now they're back and he's a dickhead.
Mind blowing. Fucking mind blowing. Blew my mind, dude. She stole the fucking plot. I wonder if Nickelodeon ever tried, or Disney ever tried to sue them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you know Disney tried to buy the rights to the Harry Potter theme park?
I did not.
Disney tried to buy the rights to the Harry Potter theme park, offered a shitload of money, and J.K. Rowling was like, I'll only do it if you allow me to have like some creative control to it. Because obviously, like, I know what the fucking book's about and I don't want Disney fucking it up. And Disney was like, absolutely not. And gave it all up. And then Universal was like, fucking do whatever you want. We don't know shit about Harry Potter. You fucking make the whole fucking world. We don't give a fuck. And now Disney's like fucking kicking themselves for it. And I'm sure they're also kicking themselves about giving up Marvel. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, why? Yeah, why?
Because they could have had that too. It was a similar situation where they could have had Marvel before they even owned the studios.
That's like the most bizarre thing, that they now own Marvel Studios, but the Marvel theme parks are in Universal.
Most nearsighted decisions I've ever seen, dude. Imagine if they had Harry Potter World and what was I just saying?
Marvel.
Universal would be put under. Like Harry Potter World is insane. I think Harry Potter World rejuvenated Universal.
It completely did. Like, what else do people want to see when they go down there? You know, like, well, they have the Simpson Land now too, which is cool.
Which is dope. Yeah,
you know, Harry Potter's what people go for.
I took James to both Disney and Harry Potter, which I think we talked about in the bonus. But I loved Universal, man. It was great. I would actually prefer to go to Universal now at this point. It was less crowded. It was more fun. There was like cooler shit, weirder shit, you know? Give me that Universal, man. But anyway, Disney passed on it, and now they still don't have a Halloweentown, which they could just literally copy Harry Potter World.
It's true.
Call it Halloweentown.
It's true. It's true. Because they have, once you're in actual Halloweentown, they have like the broom shops and stuff.
Yeah.
You could set up the same exact rides that they have in Universal Harry Potter, but just put Marnie instead of Harry Potter.
The least likable little girl. Harry Potter, a beloved icon. We're like, we have Marnie. Wait, what is Marnie's last name? Wait, what is their last name? It's not
Piper.
Potter.
It's Piper.
Oh, Piper. Bro, come on.
Marty Piper.
Marnie Piper and Harry Potter. Sounded better in my head. Anyway. So the mom just wants him to be normal. And Marnie hears all of this, runs up the stairs, tells Dylan, and he's like, it just proves insanity is hereditary. Biggest dickhead line I've ever heard. I think he says something like, hopefully it skips the males.
He's such a dweeb.
Holy shit. Well, Marnie escapes, but her idiot asshole brother, who's just like, you're a fucking nutcase, joins her. And his reasoning is because he claims he is the man of the house. Which couldn't be further from the truth. They sneak onto this bus because Grandma has been kicked out, and they see Grandma getting on the bus, and they're like, whoa, what a weird bus stop. The bus stop destination tag on the front of the bus reads Mortal World, which I fucking love. And this is where my note was, why doesn't Disney do a Halloweentown thing? Because like this is just ripe for it. It's just ripe.
Yeah.
On the bus, we get to meet Frankenstein, a gremlin, which they probably should have been sued for, because that is the bad gremlin from Gremlins. That's Spike or whatever his fucking name is, Stripe. Like to a T. It's got the fucking ears. It's everything. and there's some witches, and the kids are saying they're not. And the monsters are all complaining because they're like, "Oh, kids aren't afraid of us anymore because of Jerry Springer."
Yeah.
Classic '98 joke.
Also, why I don't get the correlation at all.
I don't either. Because if you saw any of the people on this bus in real life, you'd fucking shit your pants.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You wouldn't be like, I saw threesome on Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of you.
Starting a Jerry chant in Frankenstein's face.
Jerry. Oh boy, they get to Halloweentown where we get a killer POV, which doesn't happen again. I wrote that down thinking it might. It literally only happens at once, I think. And then some jokes about a headless shelter, which is making light of homeless shelters. And just always a crowd pleaser. This woman who plays no role other than to be frozen later, she shows up and she's like, I'm headed to feed the headless shelter. I made food, but they don't have any heads. It's like, holy shit.
It's true. Her only introduction is just so they could freeze her later and we could be like, oh yeah, I remember that lady.
I think I remember that woman.
That's exactly right. Because that is what you do. Like, did I see her before?
Oh man! Also, good news. Somehow, the youngest sister is also with them.
Yes. How did she sneak on? I've never figured that out.
Again, it's honestly, I believe that they forgot her and like. Because, these littler kids have different schedules. They can't work as many hours. I feel like they filmed the escape scene and they were like, just bring her into the fucking town. We don't give a shit. Like, whatever. We'll just say she got on the bus at some point. So the whole gang's there. We're all there. And the first person we meet is the mayor. The mayor, and they tell them that they're the Cromwells, and he's like, "Oh, are you Gwen's kids?" And he's like, "Oh, I haven't seen her in forever. Tell her to call me." A little Severus Snape vibes starting with the long black hair too.
Yep,
and he's a witch, a warlock, if you will.
Yeah, great at pulling full-size lollipops out of his ear.
I hated that scene. Then he gets Benny Benny the skeleton cabbie to come take them up to Grandma's. The skeleton gives us some background here where he's like, because the kids are like, this town is great. And he's like, listen, it's not all great. Look. And like, you'd assume he'd be like, some of the monsters are like, monsters. They're fucking. They
points out this kid.
They might fucking
12-year-old kid.
Instead, he points to Luke, who is a boy. This kid thinks he's a big shot because he got a nose job and some warts removed. Luke is a human boy. It's fucking unbelievable. It's like, listen, kids, you can't really walk around here by yourselves. This is not a safe place. And you're like, oh yeah, I've seen like 4 cyclopses that are all very disturbing looking. Yeah. Of course it's not safe. And he's like, look at this piece of shit.
And the kid's he's just standing there. He's literally not doing any. Like, you could have at least made him doing something mischievous, like stealing hubcaps or like anything. He's literally just standing there.
He could have been fighting somebody, holding somebody like against a wall, like pretending to punch him. I don't fucking anything besides standing there having a conversation.
Like, he gives like a nasty glare, but probably because some fucking asshole skeletons calling him names, like pointing at him while he's driving by. Driving
everyone seems to know each other in this town. Driving the same people around town, being like, hey, look at this piece of shit. All the townspeople are like, yeah, we know. Like, we know Luke. He's really not that fucking bad of a kid.
Sean, we find out at the end that he only started looking like that like 2 hours before the kids arrived.
Which even crazier because the skeleton's main thing is like, he got a nose job and a wart removed. Now he thinks he's like hot shit. Which happened 2 hours prior.
It happened 2 hours prior, and he completely changed. Like, didn't get a nose job. He was because at the end, spoiler alert, he's a big fucking disgusting freak.
He's the grossest monster in the fucking Halloween.
It's true.
He's so fucking repulsive. It's unbelievable. And I forget whether we said this before or during this movie. The makeup effects in this movie are, because we talked about witches, right? In our Patreon bonus.
In the Patreon, yeah.
So I don't know if we talked about the effects in that and this and that, but the effects in this movie are insane. Like,
they're good, yeah.
They're good but equally disturbing and dumb looking. Did we talk about that on this?
We did on this one, yeah.
Okay,
I said that
All right,
at the start of it because
it's insane,
it walks the line of it because they're very well. Like the prosthetics are fantastic. Like those people are amazing at making it, but they're also like laugh out loud stupid. I've never seen goofier looking monsters. And this kid, when he reverts back, he's disgusting. He's fucking repulsive. I wouldn't want to stand 2 feet next, like in a room with him. Like he is disgusting.
It's so true. It's so
true. And
at
the end, he's like, when he reverts back, he's talking to Marnie. And he's like, pretty ugly, right? And she's like, oh, like, stop, Marnie. He's fucking disgusting. Are you kidding me?
And really, the one thing they did not skimp on in this movie, which was impressive, was the amount of extras and the amount of makeup for all the extras. And
must have taken hours.
Dude, an hour. Like Dr. Moreau level hours. And they used a lot of the same casts, I think. I think if you look at like the mask cast,
dude,
like
I noticed that because some are like green, some are like brown.
But they're the same thing.
I'm sure I've seen that guy.
There's like 5 Cyclopses, but they're like slightly different, which is like not a big deal. It still adds to it just to see that many people in fucking effects walking around in the background. Yeah. But, you know, for a cheap TV movie, they could have done with none of them walking in the background.
Right.
And it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. But that Luke at the end is disgusting. Like, honestly, fucking repulsive. It's fucking appalling. It's fucking appalling. Which, by the way, we talked about me saying, wait, what did I say? You piece of shit. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
The one for you is, what is it? Is it, it's appalling or?
Abysmal?
Abysmal. A lot of people were talking about how you say abysmal in addition to it, which I thought was funny too.
Piggy Mac always fucking calls me out for saying that.
I think it's, I don't think it's bad. One person though was like, don't forget, Sean always says abysmal. I was like, I think that's Joe. Yeah, so that's that. The skeleton drops him off at Grandma's house, and we get to see Sophie is really the fucking only one packing some magic heat here, because Marnie can't get the gate open. Dylan's just like whatever the fuck he says, and then Sophie's like, I unlocked the door, and they're like, what? How? And she's like, I don't know. And they just like continue on their way. She's the most powerful one. They go in, they get to Grandma's house. Grandma is not even remotely like, yo, what the fuck are you doing here? She's like, oh, great to see you guys. And they're like, she's like, I should probably take you to your mom. And they're like, oh, come on. And she's like, okay.
Yeah. Well, you convinced me.
Once again, great decision, fucking Grandma. A mother who's been like, I don't even want you to talk about it.
Yeah, don't mention the word.
and you're like, well, what's it gonna hurt to stay a few days? Fucking insane. The mom does not know they're missing yet either, so that's fun. And she's also decided to keep them there because she's gonna train Marty to murder this villain. That's a thing. So Marnie has offered herself up to like the grandma's like, yeah, there's this awful, it's like, again, the grandma probably shouldn't be telling these children. She's like, there's this awful evil guy, he's going to kill Halloweentown. Marnie's like, I can help. The grandma's like, oh yes, perhaps you can. The untrained witch. Yeah, that sounds like a good fucking idea. And she just keeps like butting in, being like, I can do it. It bothered me a lot. Like, you can't do shit, you fucking idiot ass muggle. Go fuck home. At home, the mom realizes the kids are gone while eating like the shittiest bag of candy I've ever seen. It's just like mints and Werther's Originals. She's just sucking them down watching TV, and then it's like, wait, where are the kids?
What is the worst Halloween candy, in your opinion? I'm asking because our buddy Brian gets very fired up about this conversation every year.
He does?
Dude, extremely.
Honestly, probably the worst. I fucking hate. I fucking hate a bunch of candy. I hate fucking Twizzlers. I fucking hate those like honeybee. Those like honey fucking. Remember those old ass candies? They're from like the 1930s. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're like called honey drops.
I don't.
Dude, fuck. What are they? Or no, they're called Mary Janes.
I know Mary Jane's.
Mary Jane's, dude. Mary Jane's candy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is what I'm thinking about. Let me look at it. Yes, dude. Mary Jane's are the most fucking... And, like, they're not even bad, but they are rock fucking hard. No one can eat them. They were made before candy was candy. And, like, people still buy this shit to hand out to children. And it's like, you can't do this.
Those in Charleston chews. Nobody wants this shit, man.
Nobody wants this. Get rid of this shit. Like, it's insane. It's insane. The other one I was thinking was Bit of Honey, which is like very simple.
Okay.
What is your least favorite? I don't know. Like, I hate those, and I hate Whoppers.
I hate Whoppers. Dude, Whoppers. Whoppers is number one. Like, Whoppers is bullshit.
Whoppers are disgusting.
It's like a chocolate-covered mothball. There's not anybody on earth that enjoys them. You can't tell me otherwise. Fucking Whoppers, dude. Are you kidding me? I mean, I don't like Mounds or Almond Joys. Like, I think those are gross. But I don't like coconut. So that's,
that's a fair thing. But other people do. I mean, I guess kind of keep them out there. But like, I don't know, kind of want them back.
Yeah. Like that one. It's gross to me. But if somebody's like, I love Almond Joys, whatever. I just don't like the coconut. But Whoppers, I love chocolate. There's nothing redeeming about a fucking Whopper. There's
nothing at all. And the other thing is, the back to the Mounds and what is the other one?
Almond Joy?
Wait, oh no. Isn't there another coconut one? Or no, or Mounds and Almond Joy. Oh, I guess those are the same ones, right? Whatever. The Mounds, like, you know damn well coconut is hit or miss. Like, so just avoid it. If you want to be a favorite, if you want to be a town favorite, that ain't gonna fucking cut it.
I agree. Like, get a Reese's cup. Everyone's happy with the Reese's cup.
Who does not love?
People with peanut allergies, but
they're like, what the fuck? You piece of shit. Have I ever told you about how I need to my nose starts running whenever we do a show? Does that happen to you?
No.
It's the weirdest fucking thing, dude. Literally every show, no matter what, probably like 3/4 of the way through, once we're into it, my nose will start running insane, like a crazy amount. It's really bizarre. And if you listen to episodes, you'll hear me start getting more nasally at the end of the show. And it's because I've got
that's very odd.
Fucking bucket of snot pouring out my nose. It is.
What are you drinking?
Well, sometimes I don't drink anything. It doesn't happen. Today I'm drinking wine though.
I was gonna say maybe it's like a reaction to something.
Maybe I'm just an idiot. Oh boy. Well, the kids are gonna stay in Halloweentown. We haven't even gotten into this fucking thing.
I know. We've been recording for an hour now.
This episode though, we're not that far into it. We're at 49. Oh, I guess that is pretty far into it. The grandma, the grandma agrees to keep them. The mom realizes Marnie's gone. The family's walking around Halloweentown, and we get a bunch of like silly, jokes because you're in Halloweentown. Like, oh, the movie theater is showing It's a Wonderful Death. And good one. And that theater is locked up. We also learn that the monsters and people used to live with each other.
Yes.
But that's just really glossed over. And makes no sense to our written history.
Debbie goes into like a diatribe about it, about how like it honestly it doesn't make any sense. They used to live together, but then some of the monsters started like eating the humans, so the humans were afraid of them, and then she was like, and they shouldn't have been, but it's like, yeah, they probably should have been.
If you were eating them.
Yeah. Of course they should have been talking about it.
Yeah, and then also, how did the humans manage to shoot you to an alternate dimension?
You do, right?
Like, you're not on another, like, continent or something. Like, you're in some alternate reality. It's so bizarre. The grandma then runs into the mayor, who's like, Mayor, this evil guy's everywhere. And he's like, listen, just leave it alone. Give me 2 days and I'll take care of it. And she's very suspicious of this, but not suspicious enough to put together that the mayor is the bad guy, and it could have probably been stopped much earlier. Oh, all right, Mr. Mayor. Oh, God. And really, quite honestly, maybe this is more of an allegory to nepotism, because all they talk about in this fucking movie is the Cromwells, and be like, I'm a Cromwell. Which, again, it's very much the chosen one, right? Like, the boy who lived.
Yeah. Yep.
Marnie's the girl who lived. She was in the fucking Halloweentown book. Right?
That is a great point. Yeah.
She is the girl who lived. She is the one that's going to save them.
Nobody there recognizes her. Her return.
Oh, my God. They also, we meet Luke for the first time too, after that scene. And he gets into it with the grandma and Marnie. Marnie's got some lines in this that actually make zero sense. And the writing, I feel like she ad-libbed them and was like, check that out. And the writers were like, oh my God. But they left it in for some reason. Because there's a line here and there's a line later. But she goes, I smelled something stinky. Must have been the big cheese. What the fuck does that mean? And are you agreeing that Luke is like the top guy around here? Like, what the fuck are you saying? So fucking weird. And even Luke is like, okay. Whatever you say.
Also, Luke wasn't that out of line here. He was just like, hey, I'd like to take you out sometime. She's like, get the fuck away from me, you fucking cocksucker.
Benny told me all about you, you piece of shit. We saw you talking to other people. Respectfully. Quietly.
And then the guy at the broom shop comes out. He's like, oh, that guy, what a fucking weirdo.
Dude, the guy at the broom shop goes, oh, that Luke dude. He's turned into such a wiener. Best line in the movie. And also, again, to all the points of this, he just changed his look recently, which is what everyone is claiming is causing this behavior change.
And every time we've seen him, he's done nothing but snarl once in a while.
Oh my God. Oh, man. Grandma and Marnie, they fly on a broom, leaving the two smallest children alone with monsters, which is probably not ideal, but the mom shows up, and she is pissed, and Marnie starts fucking spitting at her mom. She is just fucking ripping her mom to shreds, and then the mom's like, you're grounded, and Marnie's like, oh, fuck. It's so amazing how that fucking works. Because Marty's basically like, you're a worthless piece of shit. You're the worst mom ever. I'm staying here. You can't do anything about it. And the mom's like, you're great.
Did we do Scream for the show?
I don't think we did. I think we did. I don't know. Did we talk about it like for Wes Craven or something? I don't think we did Scream.
I feel, again, I've been wrong on the last three that I feel like we've done, but I could have sworn we did it just because I remember that time. But maybe we did it for Wes Craven. But did we do Wes Craven?
No.
No, we didn't. We didn't even do Wes Craven. We did Toby, and we did Friday the 13th for Serial Killer. Anyway, I thought, and it could have just been via text, but you just reminded me of how when Matthew Lillard's character is like, my mom and dad are going to be so mad at me after he's killed countless people and developed this like devious plan. It's so funny how it like ties back to being scared of your parents.
How did we not talk about that? I'm like 90% sure we talked about that.
I feel like we did.
I just looked up Libsyn and our server, and I searched Scream, and nothing came up.
I can't believe that.
I feel like we did it. We had to.
I do too. I really feel like if listeners chime in on this one and say you guys definitely did not, there's some real Mandela effect shit going on, because I could like picture where I was talking to you about it.
Yes, I agree with you completely. Once you said the mom thing, I like, my mom and dad are gonna be so mad. Like, we fucking talked about that. We fucking had a conversation about that. What the fuck? I'm looking through all my old notes to see if it's in here. I fucking don't see it. I don't see it. That's fucking insane.
That's crazy.
That's fucking.
Hopefully someone could prove that we did it.
I mean, they usually come through for us. It makes me feel so much less crazy, which is great. Anyway, yeah, no, it's a lot like that. It's just like, oh man, mom.
You're already in you're in an alternate dimension, and you're worried about being grounded back at home. You could just be like, I'm not going.
You could be like, hey, Cyborg, please come eat my mother. Or not Cyborg, Cyclops.
Cyclops.
Please eat my fucking mom. I'm a Cromwell. Do what I say. Oh god, the Cromwells are such a fucking nightmare.
Also, we're like, what, an hour into this 80-minute movie, and we haven't even like come across the main problem yet.
So, Joe, that's what I was talking about. I think I said it in our Patreon or our live stream. The movie doesn't start until like the last 15 minutes, where they kind of like tell you what the fucking issue is. Like, it's really bizarre. It's like the last half hour is finally the movie where they're like, oh, by the way, this is the problem. And this is what needs to be fixed. Up until that point, it's just like nonsense. It's just crazy, but it's not hard to watch. It's like, it's fine to watch, but it is bizarre.
No, because it's like a character study for everyone. But then, like you said, the last 15 minutes, like, oh yeah, there should probably be a problem here that they have to solve.
It's so weird. The next scene was so painful to this was the worst part of the movie, was the Cromwell family is now going home. The mom's taking them home, and they're at a bus stop.
Fucking guys.
Dude, they're at a fucking bus stop, and the mom's trying to get a ticket home. Marnie is just fucking screaming in the background, being like, this place fucking sucks, I fucking hate you, mom. And the fucking there's a two-headed ticket guy for the bus, and they're just fucking fighting with each other, and Marnie's mom is trying to talk to him. It is 4 people talking over each other, and I got a fucking migraine from watching it. It's a 5-minute scene.
It's a 7-minute scene. And it would be one thing if these guys were funny, but they don't crack a single one-liner or even like a pun. They don't throw us anything. They're literally just arguing with each other while, like you said, Marnie's yelling at her mom, and her mom's trying to get directions.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Oh, there's that line. Everyone says I say 100%. It's true. It's true. It was awful. So they decide to go to the mayor. I don't know why that will do anything, but they go to the mayor, and where a random bat puppet pops up and is like at the mother. So fucking weird. And they go to talk to the mayor, and the mayor's like, I'll be back in, give me a few minutes. And he disappears. Very, very Scooby-Doo-ish.
Dude, they put so much time and energy and resources into that bat puppet too, because it's like really well done, right?
Yes, it's a real
that's
puppet.
the only time you see it.
It probably cost hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands, to shoot that one puppet scene, and it just fucking whistles. Oh man, Luke. I don't know what happens. So they're talking to the mayor. Luke runs into the grandmother, and he's talking shit to the grandmother, real shit. And he's like, "Guess you're all alone again," which is like some mean fucking shit. And also somehow Luke knows everything about this evil guy. It's just like, "But wouldn't you like to know?" And she's like, "I would." And he's like, "Okay, follow me," which is fucking insane. So she follows him, and meanwhile the kids are upstairs in the mayor's office, and Sophie's like, "Look, Grandma's going with that wiener dude." So then they run out, but Grandma and Luke, they go into that locked up movie theater, and there appears to be a bunch of dead monsters who are actually frozen, including her buddy Harriet, who we saw in that one scene that one time. And we then see the bad guy who's like, "Welcome to my museum." And yeah, you're right. Talk about a mango expert, because Grandma goes, "Oh." Grandma goes, "Oh, I see. First you put them under an evil spell, then you turn them into statues."
Lays it out so well. Knows this guy's every plan.
And he's like, "Well, not totally." And he says some little variance. He's like, they're not totally statues. They're frozen. Yeah. And
also, he appears in like a movie theater screen in a cyclone. Like, it's just completely unnecessary. Why couldn't he just appear? You know?
I don't know. And it's also very clearly the mayor.
Same voice, and the makeup. You know, it's heavy makeup, but it still looks exactly like him.
It looks exactly like him. And he wants Merlin's talisman, which is this fucking thing that she's got that lights up. But she won't give it. Mom and the kids show up, and Mom shows off her witchcraft here. She does this wild arm movement and then fucking turns Luke into a pile of flowers. I forget the joke there, too. I think she's like, I forget what she says. She's like, "I said lazy, not daisies." And while this happens, the bad guy hits Mom and Grandma with the sleepy spell. And they go down. So all we've got are these 3 fucking idiot kids left. This is who we're counting on to save the day. And as the grandma's dying, she explains fucking the entire movie to us while she's freezing. Which is hilarious, because later Marnie will get frozen and she can't even drop something. Oh, man. So does the grandma explain to them in that scene what they need to do? Because, like, the next few scenes, a bunch of weird things happen. And I was like, I did not remember her explaining each and every one of these things.
She didn't explain, like, everyone, but she gave them, like, the gist of it, even though she should have been immediately frozen, and she still talked for 12 minutes.
That's fucking weird. But anyway, so, like, they show up to the barber shop, or the salon, rather, where they shave Wolfman's head, which is just a whole weird-ass scene. It's just a fucking bizarre scene. And the Wolfman is behaving so erratically. And they shave his head, and he's like, "This might be a look for me." It's just fucking weird. Then we go to a gym, which is equally as fucking bizarre, because it's just monsters roaming around. It's fucking bizarre. And we find out the kids are looking for a ghost, and
to get his sweat from.
And they're like, "There's got to be a ghost around here someplace." Why would you assume that? We have not seen a ghost at all in this movie. Why would you assume there's a ghost at a fucking gym? But
well, even more unbelievable, there is, and it's in a sweat box.
It's in a fucking sweat box, and they are collecting ghost sweat.
And he's such a fucking mope.
Oh my god, he's the biggest dickhead.
He's getting so offended by everything that they say.
However, I do need to say this. If you were in a sweat box at a gym as an adult man, and some little boy walked up to you and was like, hey, did you know that Abraham Lincoln was 30 when he got voted into the White House? And you're like, what the fuck? I'd lose my fucking mind.
What does he say? He says something so fucking... Like, why would anybody know that?
I don't know. He says two facts that are so fucking dumb. I've never heard anything so dumb. Oh, man. He's just listing facts. It's so stupid. But they do...
Oh, it was... Did you know that sea monkeys are actually shrimp? Like, who gives a shit?
Oh, man. And yeah, and the ghost doesn't really... He's not a big fan of it either, but... They get the drop of sweat from him, which is great. So that's a start. Then they go to a dentist, and this one's the easiest one. I don't know why, but they just go to a dentist who is defanging a vampire, which seems not good. He's ripping the fangs out of a vampire, and the vampire seems fucking thrilled about it. And then the dentist just hands it to the kid, who's like, sweet. And so they got a fang. And then that's it. So then they go to get a ride back to grandma's through Benny. And all of a sudden, Benny is a fucking maniac.
He's an asshole. Yeah, he's an asshole.
Which is, again, really bizarre, because if he turned into a bad guy, that would be one thing. But then at the end of the movie, he's like, bye, kids. Please come back. We love you so much. Benny strangles Dylan, which, you know, I get, but like, it's fucking insane. Literally starts strangling the boy. It's fucking insane. He's like, you pieces of shit. Oh god, I said it again. He's like, fucking, you pieces of shit. And he's just really fucking mad at them for, and you assumed he's a bad guy, but I guess he was just having a rough day.
Well, they thwart him from strangling Dylan because for some reason there's a dog nearby, and they tell him to go fetch the bone.
Oh, fucking outsmarted by the kids again. Oh man.
Also, going back to that dentist, that was one of the more disgusting costumes that they had.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that was awful. And he's supposed to be the tooth fairy.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, they finally get to grandma's. They make the talisman work. And then they try to do a spell, and you have to do it by saying something at the same time. And it's honestly as if neither of them had read their fucking lines, because they're both saying made up words. It's really fucking, it was like hard to watch. But they finally get it to work. They get in sync. And Marnie, being the asshole she is like, I did it! You needed your fucking sister. Your sister was the only one that knew the fucking spell. You fucking dumb jerk. Anyway, Luke meets up with them and the talisman, and he's pleading for forgiveness. He's like, he said they wouldn't be hurt. It's like, Luke, I mean, I guess you were kind of innocent. So fucking... Well, the evil man shows up at town hall. What's his name? Calabar. Calabar shows up at town hall. Which, do they even say that name until the very end?
They say his name.
Okay. Wait, is the mayor's name Calabar too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I'm an idiot. So, and this is when we learn the plot. This is Calabar shows up to town hall. This is the end of the movie, and we learn the plot, which is he doesn't want the monsters stuck in a second-class world.
Yep.
We're finally told what is happening and why. Like, what is the point of anything that's happened the last hour? And Calabar explains to everyone in the town also, who I guess didn't know. He's like, listen, you know, humans kicked us out. The mortal world kicked us out. That's bullshit. That we belong there. We were there too. and we shouldn't have to live in a second-class world just because they're afraid of us. Which now, again, not the biggest Harry Potter buff. Pretty sure that was like the whole what's his name, the bad guy, Voldemort's thing, right? Like he was like, that's our world. Like we're taking it back. Why do we have to live in hiding?
That's my issue with this. Is like, why wasn't he just saying that? This seems like a good like political talking point. Just like rallying up your town and be like, hey, we deserve this other world too. Like, what are we doing here? Why is he doing all this evil shit?
Seems like he could have done this without freezing people.
Right.
Which
why
he never
is he freezing
explains.
his own people?
He doesn't explain why he's freezing people either.
The lady that helps at the headless shelter? There was no reason to do that. He could have just been having like rallies, you know, like getting people on his side.
And you are the mayor. You could have just been passing legislation. Oh man. Well, yeah. So, they want to reclaim the mortal world, but Luke is turning on him, and he's said he will help the clan. What's their name? Cromwell clan. He's going to help them. And so the mayor's like, we must find that half human. Which, okay. The mayor thinks he's caught Marnie because he sees somebody in a hood, like, scurrying about. And he catches him, but it's Lukey! And the mayor's super pissed. The old fake out. While that's happening, Marnie runs to the pumpkin where she has to drop the talisman to... I don't even know what... I don't know what resolves this problem, but it's a big burst of light. Like,
That's a great point. It's just, what is that? What's happening?
They don't tell you. It's just like a big burst of light and everything is okay after. Which, wait, fun fact, it's actually not okay after, because afterwards, whatever his name is, Calabar is still alive afterwards and is like, you pieces of shit. But anyway, Marnie goes to drop the talisman in the pumpkin. Calabar hits her with the freezing spell. She freezes with the light still in her hand.
But she also... everyone else is instant, including the mom, except for the grandma and Marnie, who... Like, it's like a slow freeze. Well, she still has time to, like, aim and drop it into the thing that she needs to drop
right.
it into.
And she talks herself up in her head about how, to wake up and drop it in, and she does. And then the light wakes up all the frozen people, which I guess is a big victory there. The town starts celebrating, but the fucking mayor is right there, and he's totally alive and fine. And he's super pissed. And he wakes up, and now his issue isn't so much... Now his issue isn't so much the mortal world as it is that Marnie's mom fucking chose a normal guy over him.
Yes. Yeah.
Fucking Snape-ass bitch is like super bent out of shape about it. And so I guess the whole mortal thing was not a thing. I don't know.
It was a front. Yeah.
It was a front. Calabar gets the talisman, though. He fucking gets it back. And then the mom and the grandma start chanting. And the kids start joining hands, and Dylan realizes he has powers now. Which is funny because, like, Marnie, always the asshole. Dylan, literally, his fingers just started lighting up 2 seconds ago, and he's just as surprised as everyone else. And while they're doing the chant, Marnie's like, hey, Dylan, carry your weight. Fucking asshole. Like, he literally just found out he's a fucking warlock. And in another great Marnie line, and also doing her best Borat, she's like, hey, chocolate bar. Like, what? Why is he a chocolate bar? What the fuck does that mean?
It's a play on his name, Calabar.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, fine. Pass, but it's fucking stupid. Alright, chocolate bar. Anyway. They join hands, they join powers. If this whole family showed up to fight me, I would just leave. I would just fucking leave. I'd be like, you guys are so fucking annoying. I'm out of here. It's not worth it. But they destroy Calabar. I don't even know what happens to him. What does he do? Disappear?
I was just going to say with you, I have no clue what became of Calabar. Because we know he comes back for the sequel. I have no clue how he was actually defeated.
Dude, I hope he just actually walked away. All right, I'm going to go.
I don't think they showed us. Like we like you just said, we know that Dylan gets his powers and they all like hold hands, and then that's that. It's
and Calabar's like, all right, I'm fucking out of here, man. I'm fucking good. Fucking annoying as fuck. Fucking Cindy Lou Who shit. I'm fucking out of here, man. See you next year. Well, everything's better. Everyone's happy except Luke, whose not plastic surgery is gone. And he's fucking the most awful Cyrano de Bergerac you could ever fucking imagine. Fucking disgusting. And it's weird. Like, I feel like at this point, like, it felt like the movie had started 5 minutes ago. Like,
I know.
It was so weird. It was such a weird effect. And then they offer Grandma. They're like, okay, it's time to go home. And Grandma's like, well, I can't see you because I can only leave during Halloween. And then they're like, don't worry, Grandma, you can live with us. Like, okay, Grandma, you can leave everything you love and know behind and come live with a house full of miserable fucks for the rest of your life. She's like, oh, great. And even worse is the grandma's like, now we can train Marnie. And the mom's like, no, now I can train Marnie. I would be fucking livid. I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? You piece of shit. And then the kids all get in the bus. The whole family gets in the bus and they drive away smiling and waving. And why are they okay with Benny the taxi driver waving at them, being like, bye kids, I love you. And they're like, bye Benny. Dude fucking straight up assaulted Dylan. Oh my god. And that is Halloweentown.
Yes.
Do you like the other three?
I like the second one.
Really?
I do.
All right. Well, we're not going to do it on the show, but I'll watch it. We're done. Disney, we're done. Kids' movies are not going to happen. Don't recommend them. I don't want to see them. I mean, this episode wasn't bad, but they're tough. They're fucking tough.
They're tough.
Because you just feel like a fucking miserable old fuck. Like,
right.
Making fun of kid jokes and shit. It's whatever, but, Anyway, next week, man, first of all, happy Halloween, everyone. Thank you all so much. And thank the Patreon supporters. And really, wait, what was that guy's name? Fucking Lee. What? Fucking, god damn it.
Jess Hay?
J Hess.
Yeah, but
you were fucking close. Tom. J Hess. Thank you so much for your donation, man. Really appreciate it. Oh boy, thank you so much. That was really kind of you.
Yeah.
Yes. That was insane. But everyone else also, thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. The stickers are in. They're going out this week. So you should be seeing them any day now, actually. So post pictures, tag us in them. Let us know what you think. The new Mangler Expert pins the stickers, I fucking love them. They're great design. So those will be cool. And happy Halloween. The next time you'll hear us will be a few days after, and we will be talking about Halloween 2018. It's going to be fun. Are we doing Trovember or what, bro?
Wait, did we discuss this?
No. But I have to keep a handle on my IP. So these punk motherfuckers don't steal it.
Listen, we did Trovember, right? And much like the Disney movies at the end of Trovember. And we were riding high on Troma because we had just met Lloyd, and like we were starting fresh and we were all gung ho. It was a fucking disaster. At the end of the last week, we're like, dude, I don't ever want to do this again.
All right, fine.
Because when we started it, we were like, we're gonna do this every year. We're gonna watch because there's hundreds of trauma movies. We're gonna watch 4 trauma movies every November. What a fucking nightmare that would be.
Maybe we can squeeze one trauma movie in November.
Yeah.
And it'll be our Trovember.
Yeah.
We don't have to do a whole month. Oh my god, that's so funny. We go really gung-ho. We go really hard on our ideas. And they always blow up in our fucking face.
Right. Yeah, it's
Disney
like such
movie
good
every
intentions.
Halloween.
It's like yeah, they're such like pure intentions, and then you sit through it and you're like, what the fuck are we doing? This is why we ended the show the first time. Being miserable when we literally have a choice. We could literally just be like,
watch things
no,
we want to watch.
Yeah. Because there's nobody out there that's like, please do no Trovember. And we're like, guess what, everybody? We're bringing Trovember back.
Oh my god.
Doing it all for you.
That's so fucking funny. Oh man. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much. We'll be back next week with Halloween. Appreciate all the support, man. Oh my god, last week was fucking nuts. You guys were the best. That support last week was insane. I could not believe it. Blew my mind. It makes it worth it. Like shit like that. That was crazy. So really appreciate it and appreciate you and all the Patreon supporters. And that's really it, man. Halloween next week, and then we'll start planning November, which will not will include one trauma movie, maybe. That's it, man. Do you have anything else you got?
That's it, man.
All right, we're on Instagram at I Hate Horror, IHateHorror.com. Do we have anything else? I don't think so. Twitter at I Hate Horror Show, and I'm probably going to set up a new account for merch, or a new website for merch coming up soon. Because we do those like limited drops, and I feel like a lot of people miss out. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a mailing list on there. It will be, I am not going to email you bullshit. I will just email you when the drops are going to happen. Because like some people are like a week or two behind, you know? And if we do the drop, they miss it. And our drops are pretty limited. So with the new merch line, it'll be very similar format, and you know, we'll set up a mailing list on this new website where you can sign up, and we'll just be like, merch is up, go grab it, and then everyone has a chance to get it. Because I always feel bad because people are always looking for it. Dude, while we were off the air, people were like, "Your stuff's sold out." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Show is also gone. So I'll set that up, and I think that'll be probably a better system for everyone. But anyway, and Joe, what's your Instagram?
Boognish1985.
Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And for Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.
Movies all fucking day.
I'm gonna watch what I'm not supposed to watch. Fucking zombie getting sliced and diced.